Hi guys, welcome to the craft set. Today we're gonna make a lizard pony bead, and you're gonna have your keychain already set up and a knot tied. So what you're gonna do first is take your main color for your lizard, and you're gonna take one string and put it through. It's gonna run all the way up to the top like this, and then you're gonna take your other string from the other side, and you're gonna go through the same exact bead, but from the other direction. It's a little hard to see on the first row, but it lines up quick. So there is your first row. And if you can see in the pattern how the strings interlock, that's how this is going. So on row 2, you take one string, one bead, 2 beads, slide it up, and then you'll take your opposite one, go just like before from the other direction. Every time you're going to want to try to pull this tight and keep it flat. That way as you go, your lizard looks exactly like you want it to. On the third row, you can see he has his eyes, so you'll put them in the order that it is. You'll take a dark bead for his eye, the green for the middle, or whatever your main color of your lizard is, and your other eye. You'll slide it up and then come from the other side again. So every single row you do the exact same thing. You just have to read the pattern to see what's next. It gets a little tricky right here with his arms. What you're gonna do is start with these 2 middle for his neck. You can see where the strings go together, and take your 2 main color beads, string them through, come from the opposite direction like we have been doing. But this is where it gets different. So you're gonna pull them tight. Make sure the head of your lizard looks exactly like you want it to. Make sure it's not rolling up or flipping up any. And then you're gonna do each arm with its own string. You're gonna follow it out and turn back around. So for example, take your 2 main colors. See, we have 1, 2 for his arm. Then we've got this different color, your corresponding color. So for me, I'm gonna do that color, I think with this dark purple. So that'll be his hands. So you'll put 1, 2, and 3. Slide it up. Now, you can see that it turns around while it's on this arm and goes back through. So what you're gonna do with that is, see these 3? This is the only bead that you wanna leave on its own. You're gonna take this, put it back through here, and then pull it. It'll look just like this. If you can see where there's the 3 loose, the 1 like this. And as you pull it, the arm is going to just kind of appear out of nowhere. You can slide it up to make it fit like you want it to. And there we go. You've got 1 arm and his little hand. We do the exact same thing on the other side. So you've got your 2 green beads, and then whatever color you have for your corresponding. So for me, it's the 2 purples, or 3 purples rather. You're gonna do the exact same thing. You're gonna leave your 3 beads loose, and you're gonna go through these 2. See, as we pull it tight, it just appears. And now look, it's looking exactly like the pattern, and if you ever forget where you're at, super simple, you just look, match it up, and see where you're at. Now you're gonna go back to the normal rows again. So here, you've got the main color, corresponding color, and the main color. So, take a green, a purple, another green. Slide all the way to the top, and then come in from the opposite direction. Basically, every pony bead you're gonna make is gonna be with this basic pattern. Just go back and forth, all the way down. I do his stomach, just making sure I do the right amount in each row because it does change with the size. So now we've got 1 green, but 2 purples. Here's our last green. Go back through all 4. Well, if you have trouble, you can separate them like that. If it's too many to go through at once, pull them both tight, just like that. And just every time, make sure you're adjusting them exactly where you want them to be. So you're happy with your little animal as you go. The next row is exactly like the one before. Green, purple, purple, another green. These are super easy, and once you figure out how to do it, almost any pattern is simple to get done. We're almost to doing the legs, which are just like the arms. I guess they're all legs actually. So right here we're going to do these 3 to get ready to do our next set of arms. 1, 1, and 1. Back through from the opposite direction. Doesn't actually matter if you start from the right or left string every time, as long as you're going both ways. Pull it. There we go. So now it's time for our legs. We're going to take the 2 greens and then the 3 for our purple hand. 2 and 3. Slide them up. Make sure we don't go through the hand. Make sure we're only going back through the green part, or whatever color you have. Pulling it tight. Just like that. There's his other leg. So 2 greens. 3 purples. And back through. Sometimes when you make your first pony bead, it'll be all wrinkled up and you won't understand why it's twisted. That's okay. You can either just redo it to get the hang of it or keep them. It's just fine if it's not as straight as you want it to be. Okay, so now we've got our other leg. So now you've got this right here, starting his tail. Gonna go 2 of your main color. And then go back through with the other 2. Like that. And now his tail is just going to be 1 back and forth corresponding colors the whole time. Super simple. Pull it just like this. It's a little bit twisted sometimes. Do each row. There's 4 beads on his tail. And then so when you get your lizard done, to tie him off is super easy. You're going to take your 2 strings and literally just tie them together. Go ahead and double knot it, if not triple knot it, so that you know it's secure. Go ahead and do triple knot just so it's good. And then you just cut it off and you have your pony bead to put on your book bag or keychain or whatever it is you like. There's your lizard. Now, if you're going to make the ladybug, it's much simpler. It works exactly the same way. So your pattern you follow, every single row, very simple. Since there's no arms and legs, it's really easy. When you get down to the bottom, you'll do your last row, which I chose to do the light pink and the brown instead of your classic Ladybug colors. And when you get down to the bottom, on this one, you're gonna tie them separately. Oh wait, one too many colors. So, do your last row on it, come through here, do your last row on the opposite side, just like you've been doing the whole time. Pull it tight, and when you tie off your ladybug, and also the ladybug's gonna be harder to keep flat just because it's so wide. When you tie it off, you're gonna tie each one separately. So you're gonna take this side and you're gonna tie it like to itself through this loop. Basically, like this. I know this looks kind of complicated, but it's just an overhand knot. It's just all twisty. I'm gonna pull it tight. Like this. You're gonna tie it once or twice more to make sure it's really, really secure, especially since these will be going all around with you. Don't want them coming undone. It's very, very sad. One last time for good measure. Pull it tight. Now, you're gonna do your other side. So make sure it's like you want it. And take this string, loop it through under itself, just like on the other side. Tie a knot. I think we're gonna go do 3 on both of these. Through like this. Pull it, make sure it looks right before you do your last knot. Pull it through. And there you go. You've got both of your pony beads. You can cut it, loosened up a little bit on this side. Cut it. And you've got your pony bead keychains.